a sequence using the foam roller, and that's what I've got for you today. So you need a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you could use a firmer rolled blanket of some sort. And then you're going to come down onto it, roughly the bra strap, or if you think right at the breastbone, that's where the roller is going to be. So you can see for me that it's a bit high. So I could do one of two things. One, I can bring a little something underneath my head and shoulders, just to settle this front line out a little bit. And so as I'm breathing here, I'm just really allowing each exhale to allow a little bit more to settle onto the roller. So each exhale, I'm just really encouraging the back of my rib cage to get heavier. Now if I was really tight or too tight, depending on the roller, through the front of my chest, it might be that my elbows didn't come onto the ground. So then you might want to support the arms or have the roller use a smaller roller. So my rib cage is settling nicely here. So then what I'm going to start to play with is pressing into the ground and lifting the hips. And you'll notice that the pelvis and the rib cage kind of move together as I lift and lower. I'm not squeezing, my rectum or feeling pressure through my tailbone. I'm pressing the ground, and I've got enough hip stability and mobility to move the pelvis and the rib cage together. So I'm going to do a few of those there. What it would look like if these weren't moving in harmony is that what would happen is I might sort of do something like this, and then you'll see that there's a disconnect between the pelvis and the rib cage as I come up. Or maybe as I lift up, then I go higher than I should, and I use the rib cage to lift up further. Okay, so we don't want either of those things happening. The point of stability is where my back is resting on the roller. I press through the feet, that's my other point of stability. And I'm really moving pelvis, so pelvic floor, breathing diaphragm in unison with one another. And you'll see how my torso kind of moves around my arm bones as I lift and lower. Okay, so again, my head isn't moving up and down at all as I'm doing this. And then I might sort of find another spot through my thoracic spine where I want to work, and I see if I can let the rib cage settle there. And then I can play with moving around that spot. Okay, so there's no pressure coming in through the back of the skull. I'm really moving around the arm bones here, the other end of the roller. Pressing the feet into the that's just a way to start to get a little bit more sort of mobility and extension through those thoracic vertebrae. Okay? Another way that I've been playing with this, and the way that I was playing, I did what I just did. And then I came down and laid inside lying. And then I kind of played with, at first, rolling over the bottom arm and leg. And then I started to kind of tease it out where it was like, I'm just going to move the leg and the pelvis. My rib cage and shoulders. I'm going to stay quiet. My rib cage moved a little bit on that one. So I'm really leading through my knee. Bring the front of the pelvis forward and back. Okay, then I played with keeping the leg supported here, and then just starting to circle the arm. Just wherever it's able to go in that circle, without the rib cage going with it. Both sides. And then the last movement that I played with it kind of two ways. So one way was on hands and knees, bringing the hand onto the roller, and then playing with keeping the hips here and starting to rotate rolling that roller. Another way that I played with the twist was actually to bring myself down so that my legs are here. And then I start to rotate. Kind of a little bit of a scorpion twist. So those are just a few ways that I've been exploring how to get some more mobility through the shoulders and the hips and the spine using my foam roller that don't involve rolling my tissue. So enjoy, explore, play with each of those and notice what you notice and feel what you feel. Shoot me an email if you've got any questions or comments about anything that I showed in today's clip. You can reach me at dawn@bitby